How are you? It has been quite some time. I think in my last video, I may have mentioned me taking some time and just not really being on here. But I'm going to slowly start coming back. I have some really fun content that I am going to be doing with another reseller. It's going to be like a monthly thing. It'll be talked about real soon, probably within like the next week or two. But I just wanted to sit down and chat with you guys while I'm working. I'm photographing some shoes, and I figured this would be the best time to just hop on my computer, record myself talking to all of you. So I hope you all are doing well and we had a good summer. Back to school, things are somewhat back to normal in this world. I have definitely been taking time to reflect on a lot of different things in my life, not just reseller related. Focusing on a lot of health related things and getting myself to a point that I'd like to be. Let's kind of talk about some of that. So I don't think I've ever come on here and said this. Maybe I did. I don't remember. But I do suffer from autoimmune in general, autoimmune disorder, I guess is the overarching diagnosis. And then I have other facets to that. And it's been really difficult over the last, I'd say almost 3 years. And then after getting that sickness that was going around for the last few years and is still going around, it has made things worse for me. I caught it twice. Second time was the worst of it all. And it's been very hard to bounce back and feel like myself. It causes joints to flare up. I swell in my neck and in my face. Like sometimes my face looks more slender, sometimes it looks more swollen like it is today. My neck gets swollen. All these different things happen. My joints. Okay. Don't want you to feel bad for me. You don't have to feel bad for me. I've lived with this most of my life. It has just progressed a little quicker than I thought it would. And that's just been a struggle to deal with all of that. Um, on top of that, there are some other health things that I am trying to get in order. Needless to say, it has been difficult for me to get back into fitness the way that I wanted to. I found a great coach. I'm working with him. He is local, which is great. We are working on a plan to build a lot of foundational movements, really build up the foundation of my body to help with all of these ailments that I have, and then slowly make my way back into powerlifting like I once loved to do, but not to the same capacity that I was doing before. On a scaled back level, but still being able to do those functional movements that I really enjoy. So that's been kind of fun to go along that journey and figure all of that out. While I'm chatting, I should probably be photographing. When it comes to reselling, yeah, I took most of the summer off. I have to say, my sales didn't really suffer in any way, shape, or form. I was still listing maybe one or two items a day if I felt like it. Otherwise, I was just relisting. Um, wasn't really sourcing, which isn't a bad thing. Focusing on a lot of organizational type things with my business and oop, just dropped a shoe. And just really taking time to figure out what it is that I enjoy doing and continuing to do that. Not jumping on any bandwagons or like doing what other people are doing. Not that I did that anyway, but sometimes it's hard not to have that FOMO, right? And do what everyone else is doing. We all get caught in that trap. I mean, we can't help it. We're humans. So it's been fun to figure out what exactly works for me, um, how often I want to do reselling every week, how often do I want to focus on photographing, how often do I want to focus on shipping, like just all of those things. I think with the way the world was for a couple years, our focuses on things that we enjoyed really changed, and it made it hard to find balance because there was nothing else to do. So we focus on the things that we could do in our realm, in our life, in our homes, whatever it was. Um, so I think I finally reached a point where I understand where it is I want to be and how I'm going to get there and all that kind of stuff. I took a big break from social media, which was lovely. Highly recommend if you haven't taken a break from social media. I would still go on, and just kind of check and see what was happening in the world of reselling. But like and I didn't really focus that much time on it, to be quite honest with you. I didn't post anything. I did it for like the beginning part, and then I said I'm all set. I'm just going to enjoy my time here. So sorry if you messaged me and I was a little absent or didn't really respond in ways that I usually do. I just needed that mental clarity for myself and figure all the things out. Um, Shoes don't have a size, or at least I can't find a size. Mm, this was probably not a smart purchase, Daniela. Oh, it's right here. What else? Oh, sales. I started talking about it and then I completely stopped. So, sales this summer, I think, was hard for everyone, not just me. I am not the minority in this conversation. So, June was rough. July was real rough. August definitely was a great rebound. I ended up making a little bit more than last year, so that was nice. And especially because last year I really didn't do too much with reselling in August because um, we were getting the house and we were going to be moving soon and all that. So that was nice. And then so far September has been great. It's been really good. So things are definitely on an upward trend. Do I think it's going to stay like this forever? I don't know. The world's a crazy place right now. So it's hard to say what sales will be like in October, November, December. I don't think, I don't know. I don't want to say I don't think that quarter four is going to be good because that's a total lie. It could be great. Um, but with a lot of things going on in the world, the way inflation is, necessities that people need in their life, people are still going to be shopping regardless. Like I don't, people are not going to stop shopping, and there's all different categories of people, right? That shop. I think now is a real critical time to figure out what categories you want to be in. How do you want to spend your money to source? How do you want to sell those items? Did I already say that? I don't remember. And what types of, like, what category in terms of price point do you want to be in? Do you want to be in that luxury, mid tier, right in the middle, or do you want to be a bread and butter seller? And these are conversations I think that we should be having with ourselves all the time, but more so than ever right now, I think it is very important to understand where you fall in all of that and how inflation and economy and jobs and all that can reflect on your sales, because that certain demographic that you may be selling to may be affected in a different way than another demographic. Um, I mean, I guess it's kind of like basic economics, but I do think it's important to have those conversations with yourself. And if you do want to stay in that, maybe you live in an area where it's difficult to pick up certain brands, right? And you're not comfortable doing online sourcing and things like that, which is totally fine. It's not everyone's wheelhouse, and everyone has different goals. So I think if you want to stay in certain price points, categories, niches, you need to get a little creative maybe. Maybe that means doing pop-ups. Maybe that means having a Shopify store. Maybe that means doing a live sale with Whatnot and all these different applications that are out there now. I don't know what that means, right? It depends for each person. For me, I am sticking with my mid-tier and my luxury pieces. It has been working great for me. I haven't really seen a dramatic change in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, I think that's where I'm going to stay. Maybe I have seen a little bit of a change on eBay, not so much on Poshmark. On eBay, the sales that I am getting are definitely more international buyers, and it is also a higher price point. I have made quite a few $500 plus sales on eBay, all to international buyers. So I do see that happening on that platform. I am noticing a little bit of shift um, on Poshmark, but not enough for me to like make any dramatic changes. I'm still making $100+ sales, but I want to say the majority of my sales on there are definitely in that like $50 to $75 range, with some $100+ ones, maybe once every couple weeks. This weekend I had 3 of them that were 100+, but that's not the norm. So I always check on all that kind of stuff because I think it's important to take note of when you're trying to figure out how to be successful in your business. I'm also a nerd and enjoy all that stuff, but it definitely has made it easier um, for me by using my reseller genie. And I know I've talked about them before here, but it is definitely made life so much easier to have an accounting program that is reseller specific and looks at those categories and subcategories and average selling price and all those different things, but still giving all the accounting feedback that I need to figure out where I am. Am I making money? Am I not making money? Should I stop sourcing? Like all those different things. Um, there's a receipt in here. So it's been great. That tool has definitely been a game changer for me, and I'm sure there's others out there that are great as well, but that's just the one that I've experienced with. I've never used Quicken or anything like that, but I do know that people do enjoy using QuickBooks or Quicken as well. It's been nice to have a tool that is almost fully automated and doesn't really require too much from me, which is always nice. The least amount of times I have to touch something, the better. That's kind of how I run my reselling business. I want it to be as hands off as possible because I do enjoy doing other things in life that are not reseller related. And I want to make sure that I make time for such things. So to find tools like Posture VA, like my reseller genie, like a cross listing platform, whatever cross listing platform that is for you. Um, I just think it's a great thing to have in your life so that you can focus on other things, even if you find it hard to like make it out to book sourcing because you think of all these other things you need to do. Just having a certain aspect of your reselling business automated already makes a big difference. 100%. Um, what else has been going on? I feel like there's so much that I can't even formulate words. Uh, oh, you guys might see these shoe racks here. I finally organized all my shoes. I know I talked about it months ago when I made my videos, but I went to Burlington Coat Factory and they actually had a bunch of these shelves. So there's this guy that you see. Oh no, you can't see this one. So there's one over here, then there's one in the middle, and there's one at the end. They had all different sizes, but it ended up working out in the space that I have it in. There were 12.99 and 14.99. So the two small ones were 12.99, and then the larger one was 14.99. I was nervous. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous because I didn't know how they were gonna stay up. Like they weren't expensive. Are they gonna stay? Are they gonna fall? I was a little nervous about that. But they've actually worked out really well. Nothing's fallen over. They're pretty sturdy. They were easy to put together. They were not difficult at all. And all of my shoes are in one place, and I have room for more shoes. So you can't see it in this one that's off frame, but there's room for probably 3 or 4 more pairs, 5 more pairs. In this one, there's room for basically the entire bottom shelf, and then probably 2 or 3 more, and then one on top over there. So we'll say 11, and then there's room for probably another 5 or 6 there. So I mean, I have room. We're going to say about 20 pairs of shoes, and that's about what I have right now that I need to photograph. But shoes is something that sells really frequently for me. So I am sticking to these 3 racks. And if I ever start to overflow, I know I gotta pull on the reins and I'm not allowed to buy any more shoes. Or I gotta start liquidating some shoes that are here to make room for the new ones that I'm bringing in. But so far, I mean, I was a little shocked. I thought I was gonna need another one. I thought I had so many shoes because my system was so bad. It was just in bins or it was like in the closet thrown in there. So I finally have everything all together. Another thing that I'm getting off screen here, you can't see it, but I'll do a tour once I get everything all set up. I just ordered 2 rolling racks to put on the side of the room, and all of my dresses are going to go on there. So all my dresses are coming out of bins. They're going to go on rolling racks. If I've guesstimated correctly, I can probably fit 50 dresses on each rack, which will be plenty to hang up over here. I'm just hoping the rack is sturdy enough. If not, then I'm going to have to buy another one, keep those 2, and just buy another one that I know is more sturdy. The one that I think I showed you guys when I first got it, that's in my other room where I do my photographing, it holds up to 300 pounds. It's $80 though. So I didn't want to invest in that right now. The two that I found were on clearance for $20. So fingers crossed. Maybe they'll be as good as the shoe racks. But I'm excited to get all of those out of bins, hang them so they stay nice and pretty. So that will be really great in this empty space back here. So you'll see I put a little hook up there. And I think I'm going to remove everything from that initial room where I was taking pictures and everything and where all my bins are. And I'm going to start transitioning everything over here. Um, because I think this is what I want my home base space to be. Everything in here, leave that space open for someday in the future for there to be a playroom. And once this is all connected, that's the perfect spot for that. And it's kind of like hidden, it's away from everything. So that will be a great space for that. And me, this is just how I work. This is how my brain works. I gotta think ahead and make sure everything's in place before any of that happens. And so I want to make sure that's ready to go. Even if it's 3 years from now, I want to make sure that it's ready to go. Um, so that's that. We're gonna get a new light fixture in here. We're gonna get new blinds in here. So we're gonna redo this space. The closets that are back there, they had racks in them. I broke them on accident. I put too many things on there. I didn't know what kind of racks they were and how much they held, and I underestimated how weak they were, and they broke. So I need to get a new system in there of racks, and so I'm always on the lookout when I go to thrift stores something to see if I can find anything. But worst case scenario, Amazon, not a big deal. And I'm gonna put the racks back in there. Right now, all my boxes are on there. And I want to find racks big enough to put back in the closet where I can just put all the surplus shipping boxes that I have and put them all in there. All the coats are, so I have coats in both closets. I want to condense it down to one closet. So I just sent out 6 boxes to the Rail filled with things. I'm going to send probably another 2 this week. I sent them a bunch of shoes. I'm going to go through my handbags and send them probably a few more of that. Sent them some dresses, kind of like a mix of things. So we're gonna continue doing that so that I have more space and can really organize the way that I want. But I'm really happy with the way I've started really organizing the space. I mean, it's been a year since we've been in here. It's officially 1 year yesterday. And I've been struggling, I think, over the last year figuring out how do I actually want this space to function for me? How is it going to function for my family? All of that all of that jazz. But I know it takes time to understand all this and to really know how you want things to be. And it did take a year of me being in here, and a year of me working in the space to figure out what is it that you want and how are we going to use it and how often you're going to use it and all of that. There are nights that I get lost up here. I just sit because what time is it right now? It's 7:24 on a Sunday night, so it's not that late. But I will probably be up here until 11 because once I get going, it's like I just got to get up here and I just have to work. I just need to work. And then during the week, especially on a Sunday night, and then during the week, I'm good. I don't have to come up here unless I'm pulling sales. I don't have to photograph. I don't need to do any of that. I'm just coming up, pulling my sales, and then I'm out. Um, so I really try to I used to take Sundays completely off. Now I take basically most of Sunday off, and then at night for like 2, 3 hours, sometimes longer, I'm up here and I'm doing my photographing that hopefully lasts me up to 2 weeks. That's kind of been my goal, photograph enough for 2 weeks and then move on from there. It's fine. It works. It's worked for me so far. So I don't want to fix a system that's not broken. That is for sure. These boots are cool. Have you guys ever heard of this brand? It's called Santana Canada. I sold these once before. I want to say like when I first started reselling, or maybe a year into reselling. I found them in the bins in New Hampshire, and I happened to find these at a thrift store the other day. And they resell anywhere from like 85 to 200 depending on the style. These are in really good condition. I just got to put a little mink oil right on the cap toe there, and they'll be good as new. So I should probably go grab that now and fix them. Where is the sizing? like my number one struggle with shoes. Like I need to just pay better attention when I am picking up shoes to make sure the sizing is actually in there. See, like the sizing makes no sense to me. What does this mean? 80M. What does that mean? I have no idea what that means. 80M? What's this one say? This one as well says 80M. Cool. Do I still have the tag over here? No. Why would I? Well, when in doubt, I'm going to try them on. We're going to see how they fit me. And then that will give me a good indicator of what size they are. I'm going to say they're probably, oh, wrong foot. I'm going to say they're probably a size 8 or 8.5, just by looking at the shoe bed. Oh, I think I'm wrong. I think they're a 9. Nope, they are definitely an 8.5. They're an 8.5. But they're a little narrow. So I will definitely note that. Yeah, I don't know what 80 means, but maybe that means 8. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna have to do some research and see what 80 maybe it's supposed to be 80 and they just put 80. Hmm, okay. Don't know what to do, but I'll measure them. I'll measure the sole too, just to cover myself. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. This is my my video transitioning back into YouTube, I guess. Just kind of all over the place, chatting it up with you guys. Oh, let's talk about podcasts. Let's talk about podcasts, which has been wonderful this year. It has been a great year of growth and understanding and figuring out different directions that we want to go in. We're starting a new series, which comes out tomorrow, and it's going to be called the Reseller Roundtable, which we've kind of like piped in throughout the season, but now it's going to be an actual mini series, and we're starting out with moms and motherhood and what that looks like to people who are in the reselling community. And then we're going to find some dads, do fatherhood. We're going to do parenthood in general, caregivers, people that have autoimmune disease, people who suffer from chronic disease, all different things. And I think it's going to be so eye opening to so many people in the community to see that they're not alone in a lot of these situations. There are other people out there that suffer from the same things that they do, and they find ways to do reselling, or reselling is therapeutic to them. Like, I just think it's going to be so wonderful to have all of these people come on and talk about so many different things. And we're really excited to bring that. Our first guest is Mogi Beth, who we love and has been a huge supporter of the podcast and a cheerleader for us at Thrifters Villa. And very, very thankful for her friendship and all the wise things that she's told us over the last year. And yeah, it was really nice to converse with her again on the podcast. But in this time, it was about motherhood and how things have really changed for her. And she's been very vocal on here on YouTube and on Instagram about how life has really changed since her daughter's been born. So it was a really great conversation, and really excited for that interview we have this week too with another new mom in the community. That will come out next week. We're still going to do regular episodes like we've always done, but I just think this mini series is probably going to evolve into something else as time goes on. I'm really excited for that. I like the newness of it, and just putting everyone in our community that deals with different things out there so that others who listen feel like they're heard as well. I mean, that's the whole point of the podcast. It's not to get rich or famous or anything like that. It's just to share stories and share experiences and make other people feel like they matter and their stories are amazing and other people appreciate them and we appreciate them for coming on. We're just very grateful for all the opportunities that we had this year, and crazy that we're going into season 4 in like 3 months. Just wild, absolutely wild. But yeah, I think that's all I want to talk about today. I think I'm just going to focus on photographing a few more things. I'm going to get to listing, and hopefully hopefully be done by 9 so that I can shower because my hair is quite dirty, in case you can't tell. And then hopefully be asleep by 10:30. Tomorrow's work day. I had a busy week at work, like super busy, which is also part of the reason why like I took a break from everything. And as much as I love you all here on YouTube, I also realize that I need time for myself. And sometimes that means I don't create content for a while. And that's okay because when I do create content, I'm going to try to make it as meaningful as possible and engaging and entertaining and all of that fun stuff. So you guys will enjoy watching it. I will come out with a real video, kind of like recapping what I've been doing over the last couple of months. Probably within the next few weeks, I'll come out with that. 2 weeks from now, there will be a live event on this channel that will be talked about, released, all the details of it over the next week or so on Instagram. So be on the lookout for that. If you don't follow me on any of the socials or whatever is out there, just look in the description down below. You'll find my Instagram, all that fun stuff. And yeah, great catching up with all of you. I'll be back again soon, and I will chat with all of you next time. Have a great week. Make lots of sales. Do all the things. You're awesome. Bye.